Hi, this is Jack Downs again, jumping in here in the transition between weeks 2 and 3 to talk a bit about the resume project, which begins more earnestly in week 3. This is the start of this big semester-long project, which I call resume all the time, but it's more than a resume. It's really a multi-page portfolio sort of thing, but I call it resume. But it needs to start with a resume. And I'm almost sure you have a resume, right? But maybe you haven't used it lately, or possibly you haven't written any resume at all, in which case you need to get one together. So over the weekend, I strongly suggest you find your resume, dust off your resume, update your resume. But as you're doing so, or make a resume from scratch, and there's plenty of websites to help you to do it. If you're having trouble making a resume and you're starting from scratch, let me know. In any case, don't worry about the formatting or the fact that it doesn't fit on one page. That's actually not a bad thing, or that it doesn't have all kinds of fancy alignment and stuff like that. All that stuff's going to be yanked out of there. For more background on this, you can take an advanced look at the resume 1 and 2 exercise, which is in next week. You'll start to see where we're going here. In addition to finding your resume and updating it and having it handy in a Word document or a Google Doc or something like that, if you have a few extra moments, think about even expanding it. Again, this is not a single page, it's way more than a resume. Think about making sure all your jobs are in there. Any internships you've had. Make sure to list education very thoroughly. Please think about any college activities or publications you've been involved with. I'm going to be asking you for a list of skills. And if you go look at the handout that's related to this Resume 1 exercise, you're going to see it's pretty extensive. Volunteerism and community service, awards, honors, accomplishments, interests and hobbies. All of a sudden you start to see it's a lot more than a resume. It'd be really nice if at this stage, when you're starting to work next week on that Resume 1, which is actually just an on-paper kind of resume you're going to submit to me as a Word document or PDF, it'd be really nice if you already had a resume that was more than a resume, which was starting to get longer, maybe even 2 or 3 pages. Or at least you're getting started on that, and then when you hit that exercise, you can develop that next week. The more work you put into this resume early, the easier things will go later as we go through many stages where you're going to send it to me, I'm going to send you feedback, and you're going to do it again, you're going to do it again, do it again. It'll expand, and then become multiple pages and so on later on as we go along. So just want to give you a little heads up about the resume